Hey guys, what up? It's your girl DiNaturalNat right here. I'm doing, as you can see, I'm doing another attempt at Genie Locks. The long, luscious locks, as you can see. I'm doing it all by myself. Last time, my mom helped me. Look how far I got. Yep. I just want to get this over with though. Like, I just wanted to have Genie Locks because I love locks, period, but I don't want to actually lock my hair and go through the trouble of locking it and then I end up changing my mind that I want to go back to having curly hair and I miss my curly hair, so I'm going to have to go through the shaving process again. I ain't going through that. So this is a great alternative. I have the 2-strand one and the 3-strand one. I'm going to show you how to do the 3-strand. I'm going to do it twice for you guys, but I'm not going to do my whole head on camera because you can just rewind the video. So, actually I got a trick from Black Onyx. She wrapped it around her chair. She wrapped the yarn around her chair and just kept wrapping it, but I'm sort of lazy and I didn't really want to get up, so I just keep using one strand as like a copy to copy it. So I would take the yarn, where is it? The end of the yarn. Oops. I need 3 of these. So I took the end of the yarn and I would match it up and I would go once, go twice, oops. And it doesn't really have to be like on point, spot on even, but as long as it's like pretty even, that's good. 3 times. Right now I'm only doing 3 so I don't take up the time. Okay, and then I cut this. Okay, and then you just fold it over and that's what the lock's gonna be. So basically what I got from Black Onyx 77, I just take one strand and I just create a loop with it. So one strand, the two of the strands will be going through the one, just like so. See? And I take apart a piece of my hair. Alright, let me turn for you guys. So I take a piece of my hair, it's already separated for you guys. And then I comb it through my rat tail. It's a fine comb. It's already combed through. And I do it in really small sections. But that much is good. And yeah, so, and I just comb through it. Now I take my piece and I take the yarn and you just attach it however you would attach extensions. So I would, normally people go from the top, but I go from the bottom. That's what I prefer. And I just take it and I go around it, the yarn. Sorry. Take it and I go around. And make sure it's really tight, but not too tight to be like squeezing your scalp, because that would be uncomfortable to sleep in. And you would just braid it down, and normally people would braid it down with the real hair to the tip, but I just braid a couple of times with the real hair, and then I just take 2 strands. Okay, so one thing I can say for sure, most of the times, it's easier to just do than show. It's like I'm trying here, I'm sorry. So yeah. Okay. So you have your strands. Is this like too many strands or something? That was the problem. I had 4 strands. Okay. I got what I did wrong. Okay, so now you have your 2 strands in here, and you have your 1 strand. Okay, now I got it. So you take your you push. Is this part of it? No, it's not. Sorry. Okay, so you take your hair and you take the yarn. And as I say again, I prefer to go under rather than over. That's just my preference. And I go over and braid. Braid like a regular braid, and then I stop about here to add the 2 strands from the big section with the 4 strands, and I just take 2 strands from it and I add it with my real hair and I continue braiding. And make sure you match it up with the other braids that you have, so it's not really too uneven. If so, alright, that's good. So to knot it, so you take, preferably I'll take the longest strand that you see, because of course they're not gonna all be really even. So I'll take the longest strand that I have, and I'll take both of them. And I would wrap it around my 2 fingers, and I would slip it inside. Now I do that with 1 time with the 2 of them, and then I would drop the shorter piece, take the longest piece out of those 2 strands, and I would wrap that around 3 times. So I'd wrap it around my 2 fingers, slip it through. Easier said than done on camera. Wrap it around my 2 fingers again. Slip, and 1 more time. And if it gets to be too short, then just do it around 1 finger. It's just the same action with 1 finger. And then the favorite part now. So you chop off the end. I like to cut it really close, but not too close that it will unravel, because you're gonna burn it right away. Well, if you prefer to burn it right away. So let's burn it up. Alright, so you take, remember, if your child is doing this, watch them, because of course fire is a dangerous thing. So you light it, and then, like, I don't like to put it directly inside of it. I like the fire to like just like make it brown and crisp. Alright, so you blow on it, tap it, shape it, mold it, whatever you do. And I just roll it between my fingers. Oh, bam. Alright, so I'm gonna do it 1 more time for you guys. So I'm gonna cut the yarn. Oops. That's why this is my duh. Okay. Cut the yarn. And 1 more time. Alright, so knit and knit. Alright, so 1 more time we're gonna do this. So you have your 3 strands, Alright, this is 3, not 4. Don't worry. You only make that mistake once. You flip over one strand over it, and you find it's a match, and you have one strand hooked between 2. So one side's going to be thicker than the other. I place it down, and I get my other section of my hair ready. And if you prefer, you can just comb through it a couple of times before you add in your yarn, not hair, yarn. So once again, I go from the bottom. Actually, I'm going to show you how to go from the top also. It's simple, but I like the bottom. Prefer the bottom way. So you go from the top and you curve it around, and then you just start to braid. I mean, whatever way you prefer, that's your preference. I prefer to do it from the bottom. And don't do it too tight because you can create hair bumps in your head like that. Of course, you also have this braiding action. So once again, I add the 2 strands now. I'll fast forward. Well, I'll skip this part and go to the burning. Oh, here's a tip. Don't like continuously braid. Just like make sure that your hair every once in a while goes through the yarn, or also just braid up at the bottom as well. And that'll be a little annoying because then you have to go through it at the end. So yeah. I like yarn braids a lot because it's an easy protective style, especially for a lot of lazy people. I'm sorry for calling it lazy if you are lazy, but it's the truth. I'm a lazy person, so it prevents me to not have to go to bed. I mean, every night I would have to twist my hair like I do. I mean, I don't do that anyways, but I wouldn't have to think about twisting my hair. I would just tie my head down, or I would put perm-mods in it. I'll show you how to do that style. It comes out really curly and crinkly. I like that style. I'll try to do a video on it. And it's an easy protective style. It's an easy way to have locks without having locking in your hair. So, and my dad always says I would look good in locks. So yeah. Most importantly, it's in my budget. But after asking my mother for money, I can go ahead and take money out of my allowance and buy the yarn. I already stocked up on some. I have a couple of rolls ready for the next time that I want to do this. That's good. Oh. I was just waiting to the end. That's good. Alright, so let's show you the knotting one more time. The yarn is very cheap. It's like $2 to $3. I get it from a craft store called Michael's. It's best. In case you haven't watched my other video about my Genie Locks, I said it in that one too. It's best to get the red heart one, because if you get like a very coarse one, it could lock your hair. And of course, that's the whole point of Genie Locks, so you don't have to lock your hair. So what's the point in doing it if you're gonna lock it with yarn that will lock your hair? So yeah, I advise to get the red heart one. It's very cheap, and they have discounts at Michael's too, so